Hey, all y'all out there in social media world, Tiffanie Kellog here. And I know it's a Monday, and I'm not usually here like this on a Monday, but I'm super excited to be here, joined today by Sharon. Welcome, Sharon.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, we are live. I don't usually do lives on Monday, but there's something super exciting happening tomorrow, y'all. And I just had to bring Sharon on to talk to us a little bit about this small business survival summit. And if you remember, way many months ago, back in December, really we talked a lot about get out of that survive, move into that thrive. 2025 is all about that thrive. And so if we're still surviving in 2025 and we're ready to switch it over, Sharon, tell us about the summit that you have going on. Why should people go? What's going to be happening?
This is going to be a really amazing resource for anyone who has a business. I highly encourage everyone, if you have a business, it doesn't matter how small it is, come out and you're going to get so much value. We have more than 20 experts from all over the United States and Canada that are coming in to share their expertise, and not just their expertise and advice. They have also shared gifts with us, their resources and tools and things that you can make, that we are making available to you for free. Our general admission has almost $2,000 worth of free gifts. And then if you want to upgrade to VIP, it's just $27. You get even more gifts, up to almost $4,000. And also, you get all of the recordings of the summit. So you get all of that for just $27. It's a really easy yes. And the reason that that is important, the VIP and the recordings, is sometimes people.
Before we get into saying yes, let's pause for a minute because I want to ask a question, and I think that coming back to this will be more powerful than them waiting to hear. If that's okay with you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play the devil's advocate because I like to do that, y'all. And if you're watching this and you're like, I know I want to be there, whether you get the free ticket, the VIP, I put this is in the description wherever you're watching this. I just put it in the comments for the areas that I could put it. You can also go.eventraptor.com/summit/small business survival summit 2508 Tiffanie Kellogg. But again, y'all, it should be wherever you're watching this. And so I'm going to play the devil's advocate. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We are talking about 24 hours. Why should I go clear everything off of my schedule for Tuesday and Wednesday to be at this summit?
The reason you need to be there is that we have speakers coming in, experts on LinkedIn, experts on AI, experts on what do you do during uncertain times with your business. Presentations. Do you want to write a book? There's an author and a publisher coming in to show you how to be an author. We have people coming in to figure out, why isn't your business working? What's going on? Is there something that's standing in the way of your success? We have an expert coming in to talk about sales. And he is very focused on sales. He has a brand new book out. He'll tell you all about it. But why? Why these topics? Whenever I created this summit, it was really important for me to bring in resources that small business owners need. A lot of times these business summits they have a lot of information, and there's a lot of mindset and that kind of stuff, which is very important. And we do have that. And I wanted to bring in nuts and bolts, HR, things that you need to have in your business that you may not have thought about, or you may have said, oh, I'll deal with that later. So this is the time. This is the time to meet all of these experts, find out who is going to resonate with you. What are the holes in your business? Whenever you build your business, you do what's in front of you, right? You do just whatever the next thing is. And whenever you create your business this way, it has an effect of creating holes and weaknesses in your business foundation. And that's where I like to meet people, is where is it where you have those things going on. So this summit is designed to help you fill in those gaps, and you are going to walk away with more information, obviously, but you're going to walk away with empowered direction. You're going to know what needs to be done, which areas are going to resonate with you, because everything is probably going to be not necessarily what you want to hear. Like maybe you don't want to publish a book. However, there are other things that are critical for you to be there, to actually have an opportunity to take in this information, and recognize where those weaknesses and gaps in your business really are, and what should you be focusing on.
Yeah, I think it's really easy sometimes, especially early in our business career. And that's kind of when I think of survival mode, though I know there are plenty of people that are in survival mode 3 decades later, which is not a good way to do business. But early in the career, it's kind of like I have to do everything and I'm just barely making it. And it's really hard because we are so in the business to peek our head up and think, oh, what is coming up? But if we're always in the how do I put food on the table today, then we're never going to be able to grow. And it is hard sometimes to get out of that, from surviving to thriving. And sometimes it's just a case of we don't know what we don't know. And you mentioned you got 20 some speakers. And so like in my mind, when I do summits like this, it is not, okay, what are these 20 people going to give me? It's who's going to be my favorite or two that give me stuff that make a massive change. And from a 2-day summit, it's let me implement a couple of things versus I know some people are like, okay, there's 20 speakers. Here are the 3 things that I want to do per speaker. That is 60 things. Y'all ain't never going to do that.
No. No, you're not. You're not. And that's something that, take the pieces that work for you, which is why we have such a variety, because people are in different places with their businesses. And yeah, just go in with your, that open mind of, I'm going to get this nugget from someone. And just because you learn something doesn't mean you have to implement it right away. You learn it, it's there. You can put it on the shelf till you're ready. Just getting it in and getting the knowledge there, that there is this piece that, that's how I can solve that problem. And when you're ready to go, you already have the information locked and loaded, and then you can move forward.
Love it. And I'm sure I will not be the only presenter. So I am presenting y'all Wednesday, I think 12:15 p.m. I will be chatting about the Entrepreneur's Guide to More Free Time. And I think 2 of the things that I will be sharing, at least 1, maybe 2, I'll have to double check. But at least 1 thing can be done like right then and there. So it doesn't even take, let me put it on my to-do list and get it done. It's something that you'll be able to do within the time of my presentation. And there are oftentimes will be other presenters that do similar. So even if you don't do anything off the to-do list other than the 3 or 4 things that you're inspired to do right then and there, when you get that stuff done, it's going to make a huge impact on moving from survive to thrive.
Yeah. And I love that. I love that you have something that's implementable immediately, that they can work through right away, because it does get, there's a lot going on. It does get a little overwhelming, and then that one's done. You don't even have to cross it off. I'm one of those people who put something on my to-do list that I'm about to do, just so I can cross it off. So
yeah.
Go ahead and put, when Tiffanie starts speaking, go ahead and put it on your list so you can cross it off right away.
Yes, I have joy. I'm that same way too. I love the to-do list. My husband's like hates them. And I'm like, well, how do you know what you want to do? And he's like, well, I'll just remember. And I'm like, my brain does not work like that. More power to you, dear. So I'm like, let's put it on the list. I can just cross it off.
Yeah, or my husband's the same way. He gets overwhelmed when I make him a list. He's just like, we have all that to do. We were moving and I made a list of everything we had to do. He was just like, please don't show me the list.
He's like, I just need the next 1 to 2 things off of the list. And this is the thing I love about entrepreneurs is there's so many different entrepreneurs, so many different things work for so many different people. And sometimes it is nice. I love the summit sometimes where you get one person, one flavor the entire time because you're going really deep. And I also love sometimes when we get to kind of taste and test from people and what are those little nuggets that we get. Because to me, in 20 minutes, you get to make that impression. And are you able to give us something that we take away and implement? And not everybody is the right flavor for everyone else, which is okay. To me, we can't all like Rocky Road or Chunky Monkey, Funky, Bunky. I don't even know. I like chocolate, but they've got lots of things. And so this gives you an opportunity to kind of pick and choose. Now, I know we have the website and I mentioned it already, so you can go here. What else can they find out on the website about the event?
They'll find out all of the speakers and what exactly they're talking about. some, information about what you're going to get, but you're going to get to see all of those speakers, and then you can figure out, oh, this one I definitely want to make sure that I see this person speak, or these three things. So you actually can go in and sort of pre-select those things that you want to make sure that you see, and then and speakers and topics, and then then you can just look for them on the summit. I honestly don't think that we have a schedule, so I don't think it tells you when everybody is speaking. I haven't seen that on the website. And so, yeah, so Tiffanie is going to be day 2. She's actually the first speaker up on day 2. So whoop, whoop. And I don't know if we said it's noon to 6 on Tuesday and Wednesday Eastern time. So if you're on the West Coast, you don't have to crawl out of bed at the butt crack of dawn to come see the summit. You can just get
and if y'all are in Europe and Africa, it won't be super late because, I'll be on right around dinner time. You can enjoy, a nice whatever for dinner. And I will be sharing a few tips on how to have more free time, because that's what I'm all about. And I've got my head down. I've been working on the book. It's a little bit bigger than I was anticipating, because I thought it was going to be about the length of my other books, and it has surpassed that, and I'm still going. So I've been really working on the book this past week. So I'm super excited to take a break from writing the book to talking about the stuff that is in the book.
And I'm really excited for your new book. As you're telling us, Tiffanie and I are in some communities together, and I get to hear updates about how she's doing on her book and what she's writing. And so I'm very excited. I'm very excited for that, especially the Star Trek stuff. So, oops, did I let the cat out of the bag?
Totally fine. Y'all, I've got the Kobe Marashi, the thing from Star Trek, the Kirkby. The Kobayashi Maru has made it into it. There's a little less obvious Star Wars in there. It's more of an Easter egg. We'll see if people can find. And I just worked in the Big Bang Theory. So I'm like, how much nerdy content can I get in this book? But if people aren't nerds, it's surface level nerdiness, y'all.
Yeah.
And my presentation will be the same, surface level nerdiness, but if you're not a nerd, it's okay. But I will share some tips to help you have more free time. Sharon has a plethora of speakers and experts that are going to be there those days. And if you're looking at the schedule and you need to say, oh my gosh, I really want to see this person, just let us know. We'll see if we can find out when that person will be gracing the stage so you can check them out. Sharon, other than the website, which y'all again is in the description, hopefully in the comments where you are watching this, it's on the thing and I am not reading it again. But Sharon, what else do we need to know before we go about tomorrow's event?
So here's my advice on summits. When you, especially if it's going to be like a 6-hour summit, make sure that you have some snacks nearby, get some water, be on camera if you can. I know sometimes people are doing more than one thing at one time, so their camera's not always on. However, if you can be on camera, do that so that the speakers know that you are there, and just come in with an open mind, come in with the baby mind, and learn what you can. Even if you already know something or you're an expert in some topic, if you come in with the heart and the mind of, hey, there might be a nugget here for me, I'm going to come for whatever I can get. Even if it's a topic you're not interested in, I'm sure there's going to be nuggets that you can glean from it, and just even encouragement for your business. This is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to give you a multitude of, maybe not a multitude, 20 plus options of how you can move forward. And I loved what Tiffanie said about, everybody needs a different flavor, and there are going to be people that you just resonate with, and there are going to be people whether you're like, that's great information, thank you. And that's why we bring a lot of people together. I believe that I believe in collaboration. So I want everyone to win. So come in with the mind of, I'm going to learn what I can. I'm going to be open, and I'm going to win. And I think you'll have a great time.
Well, Sharon, I want to say, number one, thank you so much for creating an amazing summit that the entrepreneurs can get into, can see, can really make that difference, because it's so amazing when we finally get out of that survival, which we almost feel like we have to be in as entrepreneurs, to really owning the business, being the boss, taking things to the next level. And this summit is going to help so many people do it. So thank you so much for bringing together an amazing lineup. I'm like, ooh, I like this one. Ooh, yeah, I can't wait to hear that. I'm so excited. And like all of y'all, maybe you can't make it to 100% of the event. I can't make it to all 12 hours the next 2 days and still write 10,000 words as well. However, I'm like, okay, where are the good parts? I'm going in every time that I can. I want to hear these amazing people to take my next business to the level. So Sharon, thank you for offering this. Y'all, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow and Wednesday at Sharon Summit. Thank you so much, Sharon.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, Tiffanie.
Thanks. Happy networking, y'all.